Na kuregesha kule bungeni ambapo kiongozi wa wengi katika bunge la taifa Aden Duale anazungumza.
UDF, BAS, name them, 14 of them. We collapse them into one unifying party called Jubilee. And the essence of us forming Jubilee was to create a party like the Democratic Party of the US, like the Republican, like the Labour and the Conservative, the Chinese Communist Party, and the ANC of South Africa, where each and every Kenyan, regardless of where he comes from, his ethnic background, his region, his age, color, will find a place to be, and he'll be treated like a Kenyan. We had the choice, like our colleagues, to form regional tribal formation. And that's why today, in every county of the 47 counties, 44 counties of the 47 counties, we have either a member of parliament or a senator or a woman rep. So we have achieved our objective as leaders, led by none other than the President of the Republic of Kenya and his deputy, who are our party leaders. So the route we took in 2015 will not be, and we will not allow any of our members to disfranchise our rank and file members in Jubilee. In government, we will have the principle of equity. In parliamentary leadership, we have the principle of equity. Today, Aden Duale, a member of the pastoral community, is serving as a leader of majority for the second time. My deputy is Jimmy Angwenyi from Kisii. Our majority whip is from Western. You just need to look at us and see the representation of our party in the House and compare it with our colleagues, even in last parliament. Second and important thing, we want to say it here very categorically. When we were deciding on the men and women who should take the position of chairs and vice chairs, it was not based on qualification. Because of the principle of equity, the chairs and the vice chairs we have are not, even me as the leader of majority and the majority whip, we are not more educated than our colleagues. We are not better than them in any formation. But once you come to the House of Jubilee, the principle of equity and inclusivity is the principle that must be enshrined. And that is the principle the president and the deputy want to lead this party in the future. So we set as a leadership, and we proposed that each county where we have members of parliament will produce at least one chair and one vice chair or two vice chairs, with the exception maybe of Kiambu County, which had even many MPs, or not even in Kiambu County we only have two chairs, because Kiambu County is the only county that has 13 members of parliament in this house. So in Nandi County, where Alfred Keter comes from, we have his counterpart, the member for Tindred, Honorable Meli, as the chair of education, and the Honorable Serem of Aldai as the vice chair in trade. In Uasingishu, where Honorable Tiren comes from, the two slots for that has been taken over by Honorable Boss Sholei as the chair of implementation and Honorable Mishra of Keses constituency as the vice chair in health committee. The same for Nairobi. Nairobi got a chair and a vice chair, a chair to Honorable Commander in the Committee of Cohesion, and Honorable Wahenya, I think in ICT or Finance Committee, one of them. So it's a party that thinks about inclusivity. And we will not allow, and this goes to Honorable Alfred Keter, we will not allow the shenanigans of last parliament. We will maintain discipline, we will maintain cohesiveness, we will maintain inclusivity in everything that our party does under the able leadership of Uhuru Kenyatta. And there is nothing, people talk about Kenya, for instance. Kenya, if you read the Kenyan constitution, Kenya is a parliamentary democracy. Kenya is a presidential system of government. What do those two statements tell you? It tells you that parties are very important in the running of this country. And I want to tell the country, there was a shutdown in the US Senate 3 nights ago. The shutdown was caused because for that legislation, that budget legislation to be approved in the House of Senate, in the Congress, the Republicans needed 10 extra votes from the Democrats. And the Democrats denied them. And that's why the US government, a superpower, was shut down. The government was shut down from Friday till last night, around 7 p.m. Tells you how parties are very strong. Senior congressional leaders like McCain, who has served in that house for more than 30, 40 years as a senator, we cannot and will not vote outside his party lines. We have 216 members of parliament in the National Assembly. And out of that, we have 175 from the Jubilee party. So there's nothing unusual Jubilee party has done. It's very unfortunate for some people that our party leader happens to be the president. Our party leader happens to be the president, and his address in this town is State House. So if your party leader has multiple addresses, that is not Jubilee. We have only one address. If you want to do a parliamentary group meeting, we go to the address of our party leader, who happens to be the president. So it's State House. So if you have a problem with the State House, we will go there not once, not twice. We will be going there every now and then. So we told our members that out of the 26 plus committees that Jubilee chair, we only had a problem with 4. And today I'm happy to report that the majority of those members have agreed with our party position. Honorable Bowen of Marakwet East, he listened to us in the morning and he has stepped down. So there was no vote taken in the Environment Committee. Honorable Gakuya, this morning, kupitia roho ya mtakatifu, he came to my office and he accepted to step down. Because he realized the tide of Jubilee is too heavy. He can't swim against that tide. So there was no election, there was no vote taken. He stepped down. Honorable Tiran, of course, like Honorable Keter, got the humiliating votes, 13-1. 13 members voted against him, and he only got his vote. Honorable Keter, and I told Keter 2 days ago, you can run, you can make noise, but the die is cast. Tuesday is your D-Day. For those of us who are Muslims, the only D-Day we have is the Day of Judgment. So his Day of Judgment was today. And he assembled members of parliament with trade union backgrounds. And I want to tell Honorable Sosion and the other trade unions, and Kupet and others, that the ball game in running the affairs of parliament is different from the way you run trade unions out there. The way you challenge Teacher Service Commission, the Ministry of Education, and the strike is not how business is transacted in a pure presidential system like ours. So Honorable Keter, after 1-2 hours saying the Constitution. When you say the Constitution, you need to provide the relevant articles of the Constitution. And I heard him say, talking about 96. 96, for his information, is the article that creates the Senate. It's not even the National Assembly. I watched him on TV, live. So we want to thank, and as a coalition, we will talk to those who want to talk to us. The other members will consult with our party leader. This is how a presidential parliamentary system works. In the US, in France, in any other democracy. Party whips, that's why we have party whips. The role of a party whip is to whip and instill discipline. So there is nothing the Jubilee Party has done. We have the numbers. And for your information, you don't need to be a chair or a vice chair to do your oversight role. You know, I heard Alfred Keter and his team saying, oh, they are there. In fact, if there are people who want to avert what is going on in NSSF and NHIF, is the many trade unionists, despite having a conflict of interest, to be members of labor and social welfare. And I'm going to write to the Speaker that when a matter that concerns this trade unionist, Honorable Sosion, Honorable Milembe, Catherine, they must, as per the standing order, they must excuse themselves and they should not take part in that deliberation and they cannot vote. That's per the standing orders. So, good people, we have brought back sanity to Jubilee. We have brought back party discipline to Jubilee. We have brought back how a presidential system of parliamentary business is run. And I want to thank the 4 committee members from our party for listening, for believing in what we stand for as Jubilee, and for making sure that the resolution as adopted by our party parliamentary group meeting, chaired by our president and a party leader, has been actualized today. We will wait for the date when the liaison committee will invite our members and set the date for election. So for those doubting Thomases, parliamentary parties in a presidential system is anchored in Article 108 of the Constitution, where it recognizes that there will be the leader of majority and there will be the leader of minority. So we are happy, myself, my whip, and I'm sure you people are also happy that the standing orders have been followed, that you can run. You can run, and you can go to many television stations and FM stations. But when the party, through its leader, decide to fulfill its mandate, and for Alfred Keter, the President of the Republic of Kenya and the party leader of Jubilee, has no opinion. Where he chairs, a resolution is reached. So the parliamentary group meeting chaired by the President always comes out with a resolution. The President does not give an opinion. Those who give opinions are those who run other parties, not us. Kayemba.
So the explanation is very clear as to why the party of the 26 plus had issues before. So we want to know, under what circumstances did the vice chair will never become a victim of circumstance? And secondly, the members of your party have said that there were issues in environment because of the mega projects underway and agriculture. So what is the motivation behind agriculture? And looking at the composition out of 18, 11, 13 Jubilee affiliates, of course, 11, 10 plus 3. So in terms of oversight, there are issues that they are raising that the Committee of Agriculture is agreeing to, and you've been in Parliament 10, 11. You know how controversial that committee always is. How do you explain that?
Number one, I want to tell you, out of the 26 committees which the chairs and the vice chairs should have come from Jubilee Party, only 4 is where we had issues in terms of our principle of inclusivity.
Na mtazamaji, mbali na hayo ya bungeni